Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Kat. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome here for the very first time. If you're new here, I'm super happy to have you. Kynseed just dropped an experimental version of the long-awaited Big Build update, so obviously it's about time we create a new tips and tricks guide, as the other one is pretty outdated at this point. Without further ado, here are my tips and tricks for success when starting off in the new Big Build update for Kynseed. Check your keybinds. I personally like to change my inventory to tab and alter the speed of the monsters in game because I'm pretty horrible at the combat in pretty much any game. Feel free to check out the game settings and see if there are some you can change to make the controls and whatnot more comfortable for you. Familiarize yourself with all of the menus in the game. Kynseed has a lot of screens to look through, but they all provide necessary and pertinent information. Familiarize yourself with the screens that are available to you so that you know where to look when you need that information. There's now a new relationship screen where you can delve into each NPC and see each NPC's special talents, which can be helpful to know when picking who you want to work in your store or who you want to marry. They've also added a new build screen where you can easily check the progress of any builds or repairs you currently have active, as well as builds still needing repair. Locate the build screen via the same menu as your calendar in order to access this new screen. Use tools for everything. In Kynseed, every tool has a use, and when you use them, they level up. With leveling up, you will gain special abilities like getting double yield for fishing, farming, and foraging. Make sure to use your sickle to harvest all herbs and flowers, while using your slingshot to harvest from all trees, bushes, and vines. Grab everything off the ground. With the new update, you get tips when collecting a certain amount of each forageable item, as well as fish and ore. If you see something, make sure to grab it, but don't forget to use the right tool when you do. Actually read NPC dialogue. With the new update, NPCs will often give tips about basic gameplay mechanics within their dialogue. Make sure to read all of the NPC dialogue so that you don't miss any tips. Also, most of the storylines are pretty interesting anyway, and they've added a bunch of NPC cutscenes that I promise you don't want to miss. Pay attention to the new banner alerts that show up on the right-hand side of your screen. These new banners will often alert you to current time-sensitive quests you have accepted or to new events that are happening around Quill, some being special events that achievements or challenges could be tied to. Give gifts often. With the new update, friendship is much more important. The update is called the Big Build Update for a reason. Along with the new farm customization options, they have also introduced a new mechanic where you must rebuild homes dilapidated and torn down due to the monsters lurking out of the many woods and deep, dark, scary places around Quill. But in order to fix these things, you need friends and family to help. Gift everyone as often as you can. Not only will they be able to help you rebuild, but they will give you helpful tips about quality conditions for items, as well as likes and dislikes of other NPCs, ultimately making it easier to gift others in the long run. Try your best to stock up on eggs whenever possible, as eggs are used for a bunch of cooking recipes and you will go through them faster than you may think. Even if you are lucky enough to witness a chicken migration, you should still treat eggs as rare, precious things, as they are insanely easy to use up and hard to replenish if you're unprepared. You can also only currently have 3 of each animal type, so no chicken egg factories for you. Give truffles a silver scale. Honestly, you can give truffles any item with the digestive trait. I have just found that it's insanely easy to catch a silver scale, and now that you can get your fishing rod on the first day, acquiring a silver scale is that much easier, as they can be found in any rivers or lakes around Quill as long as it's daytime, including in the streams found on Willowdown Farm, i.e. the farm where you start. No more pig poppin'. I recommend you buy a dog as soon as possible. With the new update, getting 100 brass to buy a dog from the goods store is way easier as you earn money quickly by completing challenges. Just go into the challenge menu and collect your rewards, then head off to the goods store to buy your sausage. I also recommend buying a shovel while you are at it. Your dog will alert you to digging points of interest by creating a little dig pile. Just dig in that spot to collect some goodies. Your dog will also bark at you when a recipe or proverb are nearby. And considering how many sneaky proverbs and recipes there are, this really comes in handy. Just look around nearby when you see him bark at you, and you should find it. Jars are used for holding honey, milk, insects, water, and yum. Over time, your needs for jars will come more substantial. I recommend buying jars whenever they are for sale in the goods store as they are insanely inexpensive and you honestly can never have enough. Consider how much batch crafting is in your future and the amount of recipes that use honey, not to mention needing honey, milk, and water for moss production. Cook anything and everything you can. With this update, they introduced batch crafting. You need to make a few of each type of cooking to unlock batch crafting for each type, but it is very much worth it and it'll save you boatloads of time, especially once you get skills that multiply your yields. The apothecary and the smithy also both offer batch crafting, and you cannot perform batch crafting if you are actively working in the shops. The shop has to be closed. This new update introduces customization for your farm. Many items have color options, can be flipped or rotated, and can be fine-tuned to the perfect position. Check off to the side when in the customization menu to determine if the item has color options or can be flipped and rotated. In order to fine-tune the position of an item, select an item that has already been placed down, and if fine-tuning is possible, the bottom right hand of the screen will instruct you to press Ctrl combined with left click. You can then drag the item around until you like its placement. Not everything can be adjusted, but a good majority of the items can. Buy a shop ASAP. As soon as you reach the point in the storyline that you can purchase the shop, I highly recommend you take that leap. I personally prefer to purchase the apothecary as I find it the most easy to keep stocked, and I enjoy crafting potions and whatnot during the nighttime before the store reopens in the morning. But I suggest you buy the store that most interests you. The smithy can be a good option if you enjoy the smithy minigames and like to go mining. And the goods store is often great to sell fish or cooked items, as well as items dug up by your dog. The goods store does take a little more involvement though, as you do need to price the items yourself, and finding the balance of making profit while earning rep can be a little difficult starting out. Very lucrative, however, if you can get it right though. Visit the Creepy Bunny Shadow Man every time you level up, but resist the temptation to buy every single item. Fairweather will offer you new items every single time your rep levels up, and a good majority of the items are either tempting or downright impossible to turn down. Get only the essential items, as the years you owe will build up quite fast, and once the year is over, you will always collect what is owed to him. Your animals or your spouse may not live to see you once Fairweather has taken what was due. So keep this in mind when spending your life away. Did you receive a letter in the mail about a special event or competition but can't for the life of you remember where the event was happening? Just go to one of the many delivery pigeon mailboxes situated around Quill and click on the Archive tab to locate that blasted letter. Now you won't have to search around for the correct place in order to participate. Always remember to use the arcane items gifted to you by the Grandmasters. Each item gifted to you serves a purpose and can be really useful, i.e. using the Torque of Return to return to the Grandmasters when rep levels up, or using the Rain Stick after planting a bunch of crops so you don't have to spend time watering. That concludes my list of helpful tips and tidbits for the new Kynseed Big Build update. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, type Pig Poppin' in the comments below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all again next time. Bye guys.